is a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. Jalen Suggs is out there with Anthony Black. And it's Bane in at the small forward position. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Daniels in at the 3 spot. As we know, late in the year, Coach, more eyes are drawn to games around the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, I talk to fans in the East who stay up late to watch Pacific Division matchups. The interest always builds as that postseason picture starts to come into focus.
Now McCollum, after Paolo Banchero misses from long range. Fires from deep, and McCollum is good for 3.
Well, he's around a 40% career shooter from 3. McCollum adding another 3 to his prolific talent.
Here's Black. Pass to Banchero. Launches a 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
McCollum, no good. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Suggs. That falls. Nice feed that time from Banchero.
Just putting on a show right there. Suggs showing off his creativity.
Back to Daniels. Alexander-Walker finds Johnson. Sinks the 3-pointer.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. The talented Paolo Banchero came up early in the conversation, and he told me Paolo is basically a 6'10" point forward. That presents matchup issues. We'll have to put our best wing defender on him, and even he will need some help. Banchero has incredible skills for his size. That is what makes him so good. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Okongwu with the screen from McCollum. Off target from 3-point range. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 from deep so far in this game. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Bane. Now Black. Shot clock at 6. The 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Hawks trail by 5. Stan, March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career. A tremendous player, but even more importantly, a humanitarian and a statesman for the game.
And here is Suggs. Following the 3-pointer by C.J. McCollum. Payton for 3. Rebound by Alexander-Walker.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And there's Okongwu. That's good on the assist by McCollum. And it's a tie ball game.
Sometimes Okongwu can finesse his way around you in tight. He's got nice touch around the bucket. Black with it. Still scoreless. Again, the miss by Bane. On the wing, Daniels. He's covered by Banchero. McCollum outside. Pass to Alexander-Walker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Orlando. Suggs finds Bane. Score the basket is 3rd after 5 shots.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Alexander-Walker. McCollum outside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And that comes from McCollum's tenacity, because you have to have an edge to get that and one shot to fall.
The Hawks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
One shot.
One shot.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Well, even though he plays with a scorer's mindset, you can put McCollum in a playmaking role. He gives you options.
Now, here's Suggs. His last outing with 20 points. Banchero against Johnson. Banchero kicks to Black. No good on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Back to Daniels. Back to McCollum. Takes a three. Orlando grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
Now Okongwu, after Paolo Banchero misses from long range. And that one drops for him.
Well, Daniels has good length, so this close in, he can use that to his advantage.
Pass to Black. Back to Suggs. And here is Bain. Now Black. And no good. And the Hawks with possession. Big stretch here going 10-2. Okongwu, the pass to Alexander Walker. The three from McCollum. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his fourth rebound in this one. Pass to Black. Back to Carter. Payne for three. Daniels with the steal. Now Okongwu. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
Well, that's one thing about Okongwu. He thrives on contact.
Suggs passes to Carter to the left wing. Back to Suggs. The Magic again can't hit. Atlanta leading by 5. And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game, because Jalen Johnson can really play. And I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Atlanta making some changes. Doc Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Alexander Walker. And Corey Kispert subbed in for C.J. McCollum. On defense, Atlanta, 7-point differential. Back to Suggs. Pass to Bitadze. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Clock at 6. Off the run and off the front iron, and in it goes.
Look, Suggs knows how to assert himself inside. You give him a lane and he will attack.
Now, here's Kispert. He's guarded closely. Kuminga finds Daniels. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Kispert, no good. The Magic trail by 5. From the arc. Good on the triple.
And Black wants to keep getting better as a shooter. Draining shots like this will certainly help his confidence.
Outside Daniels. To the wing right side. Kuminga against Bane. Three-pointer, Daniels. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, they were coughing it up all over the place. For whatever reason, they could not find the handle.
Now here's Johnson. 35 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and he also put in major work on the boards. Just an all-around dominant performance.
Here's Kuminga. Over Bane. Atlanta again missing. The Magic trailing. Here's Black. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Bane, no good. The Hawks have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. And Kuminga throws it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
Back to Suggs. Outside, Bane. And a miss there on the triple. The Hawks leading by 4 to the middle. Johnson, the pass to Kispert. Floats it up for Kuminga. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about when Kuminga just takes the initiative on offense? He has the athleticism needed to finish that alley-oop.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
There's the pick. Payne for 3. Cans it from downtown. Bane's got 11 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So for the Hawks, Rizachet is coming in for Jalen Johnson. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Daniels. The Magic also changing it up. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Desmond Bane. Richardson comes in for Anthony Black. And it's Carter in for Suggs. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first. And with the goal of improving offensively, Stan, the Magic have made some moves.
Well, this is a team that hasn't been inclined to make many trades in the past. But with the young star talent they possess comes the urgency to win now.
It's rebounded by Kuminga.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Kuminga, screen on Carter. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the right side. Here's Rizachet. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Magic trail by 3. Over in the corner, Banchero. 19 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Kicks it out to McCollum. Nails the baby hook. 13 points in the game.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And hope Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, and you can understand why.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Banchero. Richardson is out there with Howard. Then it's Batadze. Now here's McCollum. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Top of the key. Rebounded by Howard. The Magic trail by 3. Richardson outside. Batadze the pass to Banchero. Howard wide open. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Hawks shooting at 50% in a decent group.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Banchero dishes to Howard. Back to Banchero. Over to the wing. The three-pointer is right on target.
And the playmaking of Banchero. At 6'10", he really has a guard skill level.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Basket counts. McCollum's got 15.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Banchero outside. Batadze setting a screen for Banchero. A three-pointer off the mark. Well, it was the Hawks winning their last game against the 76ers. Here's Kispert, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Johns, we appreciate the report. And he makes both free throws.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Banchero outside. They set the pick. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks. The Magic are coming together. Paolo Banchero said, "This is a special group. We have something that you don't always see in professional sports. Guys who really have each other's backs and look after one another. Not only are we close, but we're really talented and versatile as a team." Back to you guys.
A young, exciting team. Allie, we thank you very much. Here's Banchero following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Now, here's Banchero. Not a lot of room, and he gets the bucket.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Atlanta making some changes. Jalen Johnson's checked in for Jock Landale. And it's Buddy Hield in for Corey Kispert. And so McCollum will bring it out for the Hawks. 6-point lead. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And they were just draining it from outside. A great team shooting performance.
The Magic trail by 8. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's De Silva. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to McCollum. Kick by Kuminga. McCollum outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, McCollum has a way of causing trouble in there. Very crafty.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And for such a young team, Greg, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor, and they force turnovers at a really high clip.
Kispert's checked in for the Hawks. And the Magic making a change here as well. Black's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Banchero outside. Up top, Wagner. Banchero kicks to Wagner. Just 5 to shoot. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Wagner's got his first bucket of the night.
Wagner loves the ball inside. He makes his money on the block.
Outside, Kuminga. Pass to Rizichet. From 11 feet away, buries the jump shot. Rizichet's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Banchero left side. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now here's McCollum. Black defending. Now McCollum. He's got 18. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Pass to Bain. Here's the 3. Atlanta with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Kuminga the pass to McCollum. Fires for 3. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Well, whether he's scoring or passing, McCollum is extremely skilled at running the pick and roll.
Black with it. Banchero outside. Bain finds Banchero. Richardson gets a wide open look. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. To the inside. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor. Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
Here's Rizichet. His last outing, he had 8 points. And here is Kispert. McCollum outside. Not 3 off the mark. The Magic trail by 16. In the corner, it's Richardson. Launches it. That's good, and it's Banchero with the assist. Banchero's got 3 assists tonight.
How about Banchero's vision? Keeps his eyes up and makes the extra pass.
McCollum, no good.
Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
Bane looking around. Fires from the wing. And it's in off the backboard. Bane's got 13.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
McCollum dishes to Kispert. Pass to Rizichet. Shoots. Orlando grabs the miss. Banchero's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Johnson against Wagner. Outside, Bane. Wagner has Green on Kuminga. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Well, when Bane gets going, he can be a problem for defenses. He'll become a real force on the offensive end.
So Stan, I'll ask you, what about Desmond Bane stands out to you the most?
Oh, Kevin, I would say what stands out the most is how this guy has improved and added to his offensive game. Came into the league as basically a shooter, but now he has added playmaking and shot creation to his game. He can put the ball on the floor, take it to the basket and finish, or set up his team.
So it's the Hawks now, following the bucket by Orlando. And a wide open look for McCollum. Atlanta again missing. On offense, here are the Magic. They've scored 10 straight. Now Black, 5 points in the game. Pass to Bane. The 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Wagner. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, at just under 7 feet, Wagner can be very effective on the glass, which is especially helpful on offense.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Jason Daniels comes in for Zachary Rizichet. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Kispert. And Vincent subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Then for the Magic, Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wagner. Wendell Carter comes in for Banchero. And it's Suggs in for Richardson. Alexander Walker with the ball. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Philadelphia. Johnson from outside. And it's Suggs with the rebound. And so it's Suggs who brings up the ball for Orlando. Fires the 3. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Atlanta leading by 4. Pass to Vincent. 1:46 left in the second quarter. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Well, Orlando's shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Carter sets the pick for Suggs. His 3-pointers off the mark. Atlanta's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter. They're hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Alexander Walker. He has yet to score. They could use a bucket, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, Johnson is such a strong guy. He has no problem finishing against physical D.
59 seconds left in the first half. Outside, Bane. Carter kicks to Bane. 6 on the shot clock. Over Daniels. The Magic again can't hit.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Here's Suggs after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Bain. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the half. And stolen by Okongwu. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now an 11-point Atlanta lead.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Bain for three. That shot off the mark. And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk. We're not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Atlanta Hawks.
Some teams say they're going to attack the paint. These guys are just doing it, and you see the result.
I know, that's music to your ears, and they need to keep playing that tune.
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Looking at Atlanta, they've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just hasn't been there from the beginning. It's a disappointing year.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Here's McCollum. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the three. So that's the Hawks 5. Here's Alexander-Walker. Chalk up 2 there. Alexander-Walker's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Hawks. Right side, Suggs. Okongwu against Carter. Pass to Black. Now, here's Suggs. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Banchero against Johnson. And it's Banchero missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Trying to find Suggs and gets it to him. Daniels with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Pass to Alexander-Walker. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Off target with his three. The Magic trail by 13. Back the pass to Banchero. And that one, good. Banchero's got 9.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Now, Alexander-Walker. 7 points in the game. Now here is Carter. Pass to Suggs. Here's Banchero for three. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside, here's Okongwu. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
The Hawks have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Well, what I like most about Okongwu is his switchability defensively. He has the size to battle down low and the quickness to guard on the perimeter.
Now, here's Banchero. He's got 9. Pass to Black. Here's Banchero. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's Suggs missing. The Hawks leading by 14. Alexander Walker passes to McCollum. Outside Daniel. Johnson sets the screen for Daniel. Orlando grabs the miss. Outside, Payne. Banchero outside. Buries it from three-point range. Banchero's got 12.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. All right, a chance to check out stats for Jalen Johnson.
He hasn't been as sharp in the past 10 games as we're used to. It shows in his passing. The assist numbers down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
Here's Johnson. He's got 5. Pass to Daniel. Lots of room. Come shot is good that time. He's got 9.
Daniel's using that vision.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot, guys. Jalen Suggs is a tone setter for this Magic team, putting his body on the line with his constant activity. Coach Jamal Mosley said, quote, he wears his emotion and his heart on his sleeve. He's pure. There's so much love there. That's why this group is the way it is, because of how he is. Kevin, back to you.
He's a culture setter. Allie, we appreciate the report. They get it back.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Outside, Suggs. Pass to Banchero. 5 on the clock. No good on the 3. Atlanta leading by 13. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Hits the jump hook. And it's 7 points for Johnson.
All right, we know Johnson favors these close-in looks. He likes a sure thing.
Now, Banchero. Shoots the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds in the game. To stand in terms of emerging young stars, Banchero is very high on that list.
Well, he sure is, Kevin, because he can create shots for himself and his teammates. And as we've already seen in his early years, this guy is at his best in the playoffs, and that's a trait you're always looking for.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Carter. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, what poise from Carter Jr. Just taking the hit and pushing through it all.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Atlanta.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
An outstanding defensive big man, Wendell Carter, stands 6'10", and Stan, he has a 7'4" arm span.
Yeah, Kevin, I think his length really bothers people and is deceiving. When you're first looking at him, he looks like almost an undersized center, but in fact, with that wingspan, he's not, and he is so disciplined and fundamentally sound as a defender. He's one of the best in the league.
Down low, here's Banchero, and he banks in the layup. Banchero's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Here's Daniels. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Okongwu a screen. Drains the three-pointer. Alexander Walker's got 12.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Three-pointer, Daniels. Okongwu, great positioning on the putback. And the Hawks lead by 17.
Yeah, Okongwu has been stepping up his efforts on the offensive glass, and he's rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Now, here's Suggs. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Banchero with the ball. He's guarded by Johnson. And then Carter with the jam.
Well, if you get that ball anywhere near the rim, Carter knows what to do with it.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's got 12. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center, but right there, Okongwu makes up for it with his athleticism.
Outside, Bain. Banchero finds Bain. Teardrop shot. And the shot goes in. 18 points for Desmond Bain.
Well, he's a bona fide 20-point-per-game scorer. Desmond Bain's been terrific tonight. I'd keep going to it.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And the Hawks making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. Goga Bitadze's checked in for the Magic. Now, here's Suggs. Black, no good. Outside, Kuminga. Three-pointer. And Desmond Bain pulls it down. And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Banchero passes to Bitadze. And Bitadze throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Back to Kuminga. Rebound by the Magic. Bain's got his fourth rebound in this one. Outside, Suggs. Back to Bain. Banchero up top, covered by Johnson. Here's Suggs. That's good, and it's Banchero with the assist. Banchero's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And here's McCollum. He's got 23. Here's Alexander Walker. Back to McCollum. Over Suggs. Atlanta again missing. The Magic trail by 10. Outside, Bain. Pass to Banchero. Bitadze inside. He's guarded by McCollum. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So we'll see Bataze go to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. Only the sixth player ever from the country of Georgia. Bataze is an inspiration, Coach.
He sure is, Kevin, and a hard-playing guy who can really defend and rebound, and he's an underrated offensive player. Great finisher around the rim. This guy can help almost anybody.
That's good from Bataze. Atlanta leading by 7. Vincent finds Rizichet. They set the pick to the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Bataze. Banchero passes to Bataze. Back to Banchero. Jacks up a three. Pass to Richardson. 6 to shoot. The three-pointer, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Rizichet. Back to Landale. Kispert, the pass to Kuminga. Here's Rizichet. Misses and the dry spell continues. The Magic trail by 7. Pass to De Silva. Back to Bataze. Takes the three. Offensive rebound. Here's Banchero for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds now tonight. A steal. Defended by Kuminga. Banchero. It's rebounded by Kuminga. The Hawks leading by 7. To the inside. Plays it up and banks it in. 8 points for Jonathan Kuminga.
And over time, we've seen Kuminga be a more aggressive scorer, especially when he has the ball inside.
Here's De Silva. No scoring in this one. Bataze setting a screen for Richardson. Sinks the triple.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
35 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the turnover again by Atlanta. Wagner's checked in for Orlando.
Number 21, Mo Wagner.
There's 31 seconds left in the third. Now Richardson, 6 points for him. Pass to Bataze, inside. Here's Wagner. And that one is good. Now just a 4-point Atlanta lead. Rizichet with it. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Over in the corner, Kuminga. And the 3 off target. And we've reached the end of the third. Hawks lead by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, that's great decision-making, and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. They've got Goga Bataze. Banchero is out there with Richardson. And it's De Silva in at the 2 guard. Such a wide open look.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples. McCollum
outside. And it goes down 2 points. McCollum's got 25 points.
Well, no question McCollum is in the zone right now. Just letting the offense flow through him.
Richardson the bounce pass. Pass to Banchero. Over Reza Shea. And the Magic another three.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Landale. Magic knocking down the tray. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Team first. Corey Kispert. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Kispert hits both of them. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Richardson outside. Now, here's Banchero. Guarded by Reza Shea. Fade away. And it's Banchero missing.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Richardson against McCollum. And there it is for him.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now, here's Richardson. Wagner kicks to Banchero. Pass to Richardson. Here's De Silva. That falls. Nice feed that time from Banchero.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Hawks leading. Now Landale. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. McCollum against Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum left side over Richardson. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Banchero's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the middle. Here's Wagner. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Magic lead by 1. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Landale with it. He's defended by Wagner. After Reza Shea. And here's McCollum. And stolen by Wagner. To the inside. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Magic.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
That one is off. Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks. Gabe Vincent comes in for Kispert. Baines checked in for Orlando. Anthony Black comes in for Richardson. He hits the second from the line.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Atlanta again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Banchero. Here's Black. Pass to Wagner. Here's Banchero for three. Drops in the tray. Banchero's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's McCollum. Shoots over Black. Bank shot, no good. And it's Orlando's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Kicks it out to Banchero. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Now, here's Kuminga. Pass to Landale. Now McCollum. That shot is off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Here's Wagner. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And here's McCollum. Now Vincent. Johnson the screen, fires the three, and it's Wagner with the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
The Hawks trail by 12. It's McCollum on the wing. Black defending. Johnson kicks to McCollum. Looking to end the run. Rebound by the Magic.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Baines got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's McCollum. It's stolen by Banchero. Wagner passes to Bain. From downtown, Vincent with the rebound.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Back to Kuminga. Down low, here's Landale. And it's good, 2 points.
Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game. But they might need someone else to step up as well.
Here are the Magic now. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Gabe Vincent. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. He said, "This is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up." He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Now, here's Suggs. Back to Bain. Lets it go from deep. Drills the three-pointer. Bain's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
McCollum with the ball. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Jalen Suggs.
a crafty and thoughtful scorer. McCollum knows how to draw the defense in and earn that whistle.
And he knocks down the first one.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
Yeah, for some reason, McCollum has always flown under the radar, but he's a constant threat to score 20-plus points, and he does it efficiently.
Now here is Carter. Outside, Bain. Back to Carter. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Johnson with the screen on Suggs. Atlanta again missing.
Well, after draining 3 triples in the first half, he doesn't have any in the second half. I know he's disappointed, but he needs to remain aggressive.
Now here's Bain. From past the arc. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 6. Johnson for 3. Drills it from outside. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Outside, Bain. Van Carroll looking around. He's off from 3.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Suggs against McCollum. He's whistled for the 5-second back-to-the-basket violation.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
Orlando leading by 10. Now Banchero. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He knows every possession is critical now. The Hawks trail by 10. McCollum outside. On the wing, Daniels. Guarded by Bain. Cleared away by Carter. The Magic shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Suggs outside. The 3 is off. Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Now, Alexander Walker with the shot. Connects with the J. And so Suggs with it. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Carter. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Okongwu. Alexander Walker on the wing. Black defending, and that one is good.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Suggs looking around. Banchero against Johnson. It's in there.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already. And the biggest reason Banchero went first overall, Paolo brings your playmaking ability at 6'10". He's got a very rare skill set for that size.
Now here's McCollum. Parachutes in for the alley-oop slam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Here's Suggs. Now Banchero. Shot clock at 5. Missed on the 3. Atlanta with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Thompson knocks down the 3.
Well, it's easy to see Johnson oozing with confidence once he has the rock. Wants the ball in big spots.
And so they foul intentionally.
Take a break. 2 seconds.
And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
And all eyes on Banchero here. They want to see how he handles some intense pressure.
And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. It's good!
Well, those are some huge points from the vet, C.J. McCollum.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, that's outstanding execution in a big spot. He showed a lot of poise at the line right there.
Down it goes for 3.
Big time big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Hey, talk about a cool customer. Icing this one with some clutch free throws.
Can't get it. Outside, Suggs. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Paolo Banchero.